And are there such a thing as moral absolutes? You know, the Bible claims to be the Word of God, so it makes sense that Christians should look to it for guidance in all areas of their life. Starting from that belief, of course, the Bible then becomes like a compass. It's a way of navigating through life, giving them a way of thinking. And God has revealed certain rules that apply to all people throughout time. Don't murder, do not steal, don't commit adultery, sex outside of marriage, etc. So these are referred to as moral absolutes. Now, a consistent atheist, of course, is forced to believe that there are no absolutes. Why? Well, because they've got to believe in some type of self-creation or evolution, which means everything was generated randomly. There's no intelligence behind it. So logically, if every person's mind is a result of a random chance process over time, there isn't even a reason to trust logic or reason or anyone's opinion anyway. If there's no God, there are no standards, then each person has the right to decide for themselves about right and wrong. And this means no absolutes. So, are there absolutes or aren't there? This is a big question because if there are, then there must be a lawgiver, a creator of them. If there isn't a creator, then we aren't bound to absolutes. For example, is raping and killing a child wrong? Most would say yes, but that would mean there are absolutes. It's absolutely true that for a human to rape and kill a child is always wrong. A consistent atheist would be forced to say something like, well, I personally believe it's wrong. But logically, they'd have to admit that the murderer has a right to believe whatever they want to, which means it's right for the murderer, so they can't actually be wrong. You see, some atheists say that you can believe whatever you want as long as you don't hurt someone else. But is that true? Is it absolutely true? If it's true, then there are absolutes. It's absolutely true that no one should ever hurt someone else, which means this statement actually argues against a belief in no absolutes. Now, when someone says something that, if true, means it's false, it's called a self-refuting argument. It can't possibly be true. And this type of argument literally self-destructs. We've all heard these types of statements. I mean, think of a couple of them here. How about, well, you can't know anything for sure. Well, how do you know that for sure? Talking about God is meaningless. Then your statement itself is meaningless. Well, there's no such thing as truth. Is that a true statement? There are no absolutes. Are you absolutely sure that there are no absolutes? Well, no one can know, for sure any truth about religion. Then how do you know that truth about religion? You see the point here? Science is the only sure method of finding truth. Well, what specific scientific experiment taught you that truth? You can even people are saying things like, well, you can only know truth through experience, but what experience would have taught you that? Some people like to avoid the concept of absolutes because they believe it leads to intolerance and makes people judgmental. For example, many people, times people will be offended when a Christian states their views on certain subjects based on what the Bible teaches. Like, someone might take offense if a Christian disagrees with same-sex marriage, for example. God doesn't agree with it, the Christian might say. Well, a typical response might be something like, well, that's the problem with Christians. They're always judging other people's morals and values. Well, when they did that, they also judged the Christians' morals and values. Some people might want to say, well, it's okay to judge as long as you don't try to force your morality and opinions on other people. Well, it's easy to point out that if that's their morality and opinion, why are they trying to force it on other people? See, there's virtually no way to be a consistent moral relativist. I've seen people argue that there's no clear-cut right and wrong passionately 1 minute, and then talk about how unfair it was that the person at work got a raise and they didn't the next minute. Well, how do they suddenly know that that's wrong? You see, someone saying that there's no God and no rules shouldn't say that anyone else's opinions are wrong, including Christians whose opinions they don't agree with. So, are there moral absolutes? Yes. God made rules in the world He created, and everyone seems to recognize that when they're being treated unfairly.